This is Mac OS Ken.
Speculation around foldable iPhones. Daniel Ives is starting a bank. And a Bicentennial Apple check goes up for auction. It is Friday, the 3rd of July, 2026. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken. Brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Copilot Money. Your money, beautifully organized. Get 2 months free with code MacOSKen at copilot.money/MacOSKen. This show is also sponsored by NordLayer, a toggle-ready network security platform built for today's business. NordLayer combines VPN, access control, and threat protection in one easy-to-use platform. That is new security for your existing hardware. It's a layer of security added to what you've already got, whether that's Windows, Mac, Linux, or a mix, and yes, it protects access on mobile devices as well. From small shops to bigger teams, you can add users, features, or servers in just a few clicks, starting as low as $8 per user per month, with special rates for teams with 100 people or more. Quick deployment, step-by-step onboarding, 24/7 support. NordLayer stands ready to guard your business, and they got a special deal for you too. Get up to 22% off NordLayer yearly plans plus 10% on top with offer code MacOSKen-10-NordLayer at nordlayer.com/MacOSKen. Try it risk-free with their 14-day money-back guarantee. NordLayer, toggle-ready network security built for your business. Get savings on top of savings with offer code MacOSKen-10-NordLayer at nordlayer.com/MacOSKen. Yesterday was all MacBooks. Today, let's do iPhone. The next 12 months sound positive, with an asterisk, according to UBS analyst David Vogt. Seeking Alpha had a look at a note he wrote. According to that, intent to buy a new iPhone in the next 12 months is up in Germany, Japan, the UK, and the US. Meanwhile, intent to buy over the same period has fallen a bit in China, according to the analyst. Highlighting the note Vogt wrote, he and his estimate iPhone sell-in of 261.6 million units, up over 15.5% year-over-year in fiscal year 26, due to stronger than expected demand for the iPhone 17 and a degree of pull-in from anticipated price increases. That's the expectation, but don't hold him to it. Vogt says the UBS forecasts do not factor in potential demand destruction from expected iPhone price increases. As for what's driving intent to buy, the analyst says it is not Apple Intelligence. Rather, it's the anticipated foldable iPhone. Kind of an odd assertion. Vogt's only expecting sales of about 5 million foldable iPhones out of the gate. Last I saw, Mr. Vogt had a neutral rating on Apple shares. His price target on the shares then was $296. UBS wasn't the only org opining on foldable iPhones this week. Counterpoint Research posted a post saying Apple's bendy iPhone will drive a strong rebound in foldable smartphone panels this year. According to the firm, this year's foldable smartphone panel shipments are forecast to reach about 27.5 million units, up around 24% from 2025. That's up roughly 5 million units, folding nicely into Vogt's expectation of 5 million foldable iPhones. Assuming all goes as expected, Apple will leapfrog from nowhere in the foldable space to second place, at least in terms of panel procurement. Counterpoint says Samsung is still expected to rank number 1 with a 31% share. Apple is forecast to contribute around 29% of foldable smartphone panel procurement in its first year, and Huawei is expected to account for around 24%. Still, Apple's entry is the thing for which the foldable space is waiting. The Cupertino company's Foldable is expected to expand the market, had to begin to Mr. Vote. It'll also shift competition toward higher ASPs, stronger reliability, and form factors more like a book than a clamshell. 5 million folding iPhones from Vote and Counterpoint. Do I hear 10? I do, from Japanese business publication Nikkei Asia. The site has secret people who can't keep a secret, saying Apple has told suppliers to prepare to produce about 10 million foldable iPhones this year, up from a previous forecast of some 7 million to 8 million units a few months back. Even at that allegedly increased rate, most sales are expected to be for phones you know. Apple is said to have booked pieces and parts for 80 million smartphones spread across new models for the second half of 2026, including the iPhone Pro, iPhone Pro Max, and the first ever foldable iPhone. Meanwhile, companies that don't play in the premium space are said to be having a hard time. Nikkei says Chinese brands such as Xiaomi, Oppo, and Vivo have each slashed their production to less than 100 million units for the whole year. Want to guess why? You never will. Okay, I'll tell you. It's mainly due to severe shortages in memory and electronics components, according to the report. Hey, what does Wedbush analyst Daniel Ives think about all this? Sorry, you'll have to ask the dissipating cloud of dust where he used to be. Bloomberg says the most bullish of Apple bulls, or perma-bull, as the piece calls him, the de facto head of Apple's Pep Squad financial division, is leaving Wedbush to launch a merchant bank. Great. Now I have to learn something. According to Investopedia, a merchant bank is a financial institution that conducts underwriting, loan services, financial advising, and fundraising services for large corporations and high net worth individuals. Merchant banks serve private corporations, according to the entry, not the general public. This raises the question, tenderness. Where is the tenderness? It's a general public joke. As for what Ives' nascent bank will do, Bloomberg says it'll include research, capital raising, advisory, and investing that'll span such sectors as technology, energy, infrastructure, and financials. This raises the question, do they need a podcast? Just putting it out there. Making the news official from its end, Wedbush issued a press release saying, Dan has been an exceptional team member of Wedbush, helping bring our firm valuable prominence and expertise in the technology equities markets. We are grateful for his 8 years of contributions. It is a natural step for Dan to seize an entrepreneurial opportunity, and I wish him success and look forward to future partnerships with his new ventures, said Gary Wedbush, President and CEO of Wedbush. Holy cow, there is a Mr. Wedbush? And his name is Gary? I feel like my head's going to explode from all the new information. For his part, Bloomberg had Ives saying, it's been a glorious 8 years for me at Wedbush, and I've loved every minute of it. I'm so proud of everything we've accomplished. To me, it's part of my evolution in 25 years on Wall Street to take this next step. He also indicates that his work as a research analyst and frequent commentator on television and radio will continue. I'm not sure that last part's up to him, but having a podcast might help. I got a few ideas for titles, by the way. I got Ives on it. Ives got an idea. Daniel Ives AIAR VR Blockchain Crypto Show. See, I like that one because you can just drop in the next big thing whenever that happens. And finally, Daniel Ives Happy Music Fun Time. You know, for kids. Call me. We'll talk. Speaking of financial nerdery, your attention, please. Apple has set the date for June quarter earnings results. The company updated its investor page Thursday, setting the release of numbers and associated earnings call for Thursday, the 30th of July. Numbers will hit via press release about 1:30 p.m. Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. The call will happen half an hour later, and I will probably remind you about that a time or two between now and then. We may get to forget about the Apple v. Epic fight here in the States, at least for a bit. In a rare and surprising bit of cooperation, 9to5Mac says the two companies have agreed to ask the district court hearing their case to temporarily postpone key deadlines, with Apple seeking to pause the proceedings until the Supreme Court rules on its appeal. To be clear, this is an agreement to ask. Apple will formally ask by the 6th of July. Epic is expected to respond by the 10th. Apple can respond to that response by the 13th of July, and you wonder why this has taken years. More news in a moment, but first a word from today's sponsor, Copilot Money. Your money, beautifully organized. Remember going to the ATM? How about writing checks? Between physical credit cards and cards on our phones, a lot of us have money wherever we go, whether we actually have money with us or not. Really convenient, but it can make money hard to track. For that, there's Copilot Money. Copilot Money lets you track money coming in, money going out, where you stand on financial goals, and how your investments are performing, all in one beautiful interface. Copilot Money has apps for iPhone, iPad, and the Mac, as well as a new web experience, all synced in real time and all with a focus on privacy. Plus help from real people when you need it. From managing the money you have to planning, tracking, and staying motivated on savings, Copilot Money is the window to your financial life. Right now, you can get 2 months free with code MacOSCan at copilot.money/MacOSCan. Named Editor's Choice in Apple's App Store and featured by Apple as a smart way to save money, you can try it for no money, free for 2 months with offer code MacOSCan at copilot.money/MacOSCan. Copilot Money. Your money, beautifully organized. Try 2 months free with offer code MacOSCan at copilot.money/MacOSCan. The winners of this year's iPhone Photography Awards have been announced. Chosen from thousands of entries across more than 140 countries, the award site says this year's images are a reminder that good photography comes down to the eye behind the camera, not the equipment. It's not a dig at iPhone's camera. Seriously though, you don't have to have the latest. One of the featured photos was taken with an iPhone 8 Plus. Winners and honorable mentions span 12 categories according to the site. Some are stunning, many are inspiring. You can see them for yourself at the website ippawards.com. Apple's done some serious sci-fi teasing this week. 9to5Mac ran a piece a couple of days ago that had the Cupertino company promoting its upcoming series adaptation for the William Gibson novel Neuromancer. Posting to the Heil site, the streaming service said 42 years ago, William Gibson introduced the world to Neuromancer. Now the next chapter is loading. That was accompanied by a pic of a data port in somebody's scalp. Still no premiere date announced. That said, Apple TV chumming the water makes one think it's fast approaching. Ahead of this week's return of the dystopian drama Silo, Apple TV did a totally old-school promotion. Another piece from 9to5Mac says the streaming service built a website to promote the show. HowDidWeLoseThisWorld.com lets users access various files and folders according to the report, as if they were using a virtual Mac desktop. 9to5Mac says there are some exclusive clips from Silo Season 3, alongside a variety of images related to the series. Some are Easter eggs, others tease plot points for the new season, while still others just offer glimpses into the world of Silo. It is so 1998 to do this. I love it. The site is howdidwelosethisworld.com. Seasons 1 and 2 of Silo are available to stream now on Apple TV. The first episode of Season 3 went up last night. And finally today, there's a piece of Apple history going up for auction that has the 4th of July written all over it. Actually, it's written in the part where you put the date on a check. Apple Insider says RR Auction is currently running a fine autographs and artifacts auction full of signatures from American presidents, political figures, authors, kings, queens, scientists, engineers, innovators, and everyone in between. Not everyone. I mean, nobody asked me, but it's fine. Among the famous names is Steve Jobs, Apple's co-founder and former CEO. That signature is on a check that was born on the 4th of July. Apple Insider says the $10 payment to the People's Computer Company is dated July 4, 1976, America's Bicentennial, just months after Apple was founded. Holiday appropriate, though not appropriately timed. Bidding is currently just under $22,000. Final bidding is set for the 15th of this month. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Copilot Money. Get 2 months free with code macOSKen at copilot.money/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by NordLayer. Get savings on top of savings with offer code macOSKen-10-NordLayer at nordlayer.com/macOSKen. Advertising handle by Backbeat Media. Online at backbeatmedia.com. You can find me on Mastodon, macOSKen at mastodon.social. You can also send me an email, info@macOSKen.com. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.